Good morning. I don't know if you guys remember the pole side that we cleaned in a video a couple of weeks back, but we've returned in order to clean this tarmac driveway, and we're going to be sealing it as well. We're going to be rolling on a tinted sealer that's going to cover up all of these scratches left by the builders. It's absolutely covered in this stuff, and I can't believe they've left it like this, to be honest, because the driveway is not exactly old, and it has kind of ruined it. It's terrible. We've got all these cobbles that we're going to clean. The customer said he's not too fussed about these areas, but we are going to give them a blast. There's lots of moss, and then also there's been some of that brushing jointing compound laid thinly in there as well. I think most of that underneath is just sand and cement, so we'll probably blast off the top layer. But this is one of the biggest tarmac sealing jobs that I would have done. I've done a few of these now, but this one's 170 square meters, I believe, and so we've ordered about £840 worth of sealer to cover this whole area. Oh, this is mossy down here, isn't it? Here's the pool side that we cleaned recently. See if we can get in and have a dip later on. Still looking good. Jakey's just setting up the hoses. We've got two machines today, and we've got two flat surface cleaners as well, which we don't normally have in the van. We normally just keep the one, but I've changed the jets on the second one so that Jakey can use it with his machine. So yeah, quite a big one today, quite a big drive, but we should be able to get through it nice and quick. So washing it today, and then we'll seal it on Friday. How you feeling, Jakey boy?
Feeling good.
Happy, mate?
We got double surface cleaner, haven't we?
Yeah, man. A bit jealous of that pole, aren't you?
Very. I do love a pool.
This is one of Jakey's. He's just told me this is one of his goals that he's gonna, when he's older, when he's got a bit of money behind him, gonna buy himself a pool, a house with a pool. So we've got the 18-inch surface cleaner from Equip to Clean. That's got the triple bar, 3 jets on it. And then we've got the 20-inch whirl away with 2 bars, 2 jets. I've got Jakey's new machine here. We've got my original machine over there. My only concern today is actually that there's no drain on this road, so all the water is sort of going to end up just pooling in front of these neighbours' houses, I think. I mean, it's dirty down here anyway, so I'm not too worried about getting the road any dirtier, because it's already not great, but it's always important to check where the water's going to end up. We've got the one water supply, 3/4 inch low pressure hose going into the single hose reel, and then this is splitting off. Unfortunately I can't show you the flow rate, although the water pressure is really good. My flow meter has stopped working, and I've replaced the battery, and it started working for about 10 minutes and now it stopped working again. So if anyone else has had any issues with these, let me know, because I've been recommending these for a while. So that's splitting off. One's going into my tank behind the machine there, and the other one's going into Jakey's tank, which we're dividing the water pressure into 2, and I think it's good here. It's about 25 litres a minute, so we should be okay. Some of the guys in the live stream recommended these 3M work tunes, and they're proper ear defenders, and they've also got the Bluetooth. They're just like normal Bluetooth headphones that you can listen to your music in as well. You can take calls and stuff on them. Not sponsored, but we've been using them for a week now. Me and Jakey got a pair each, and they're absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly recommended. They're on Amazon for about 75 quid. I'll put a link in the description actually if I remember. 3M work tunes, they're brilliant. That was quicker than I expected. Blasted through that, didn't we? I just want to check that we've not missed any lines, because it'll be really obvious once it's dry. I mean, we can start rinsing out. It's hard to tell when it's dirty because there's lines of dirt here that we need to rinse down. So maybe we'll have a rinse down first.
Yeah.
Go around the edge with a light turbo just to get these weeds out. Maybe start on the cobble first. Look at the size of this dragonfly. Mate, he's huge. Look at the size of him. Go on. He's an absolute. He's a monster.
They live for a day, don't they?
That one don't live for a day. That one's at least 6 years old. He's huge. I think we'll start blasting the cobble and then just do a light rinse with the turbo. I think.
Just like that.
Yeah. We've developed a little bit of a technique for these bags, haven't we, Jakey?
We have. Absolute genius.
Have a little look at this.
Try this on for size.
Oh yes. Look at the moisture. Then you get left with a nice dry bag of dirt to leave with the customer. Sprinkle it on the compost, put it in the garden waste bin. No more hoiking around heavy, soggy bags of muck. Beautiful, mate.
So much lighter.
Look at it go. Very hot today. Very hot indeed, but it's looking great. It's just drying up a few patches over there. All we've got to do now is just kind of go around the edges and do a light, very, very low pressure rinse on like the fences, all the bricks. The windows are a little bit covered. Right, we're all done. Everything's rinsed down. Windows are all rinsed. Drains are all cleared out. Driveway's drying off. There's only one thing left to do. What are we going to do with all this water, Jakey?
I don't know. It's a bit of a hot one today.
It's a very hot day.
A little idea.
Do you want me to hold it? Oh, you're good. Watch me filter at the bottom.
Don't worry, I've got it. Oh.
How's the temperature?
Not actually that bad.
The water's been recirculating around the machine, so in theory it shouldn't be too cold.
Like an ice bath.
Brilliant. What a great end to the day. To be fair, we've actually got another job.
We've got another job to go to. Not the end of the day.
We've got another job after this, so you're going to be going around in wet pants.
I don't care, wet shorts as well.
Get your head under.
I don't think I'll fit.
Go on.
Hang on.
You're going to get stuck. You're going to need me to pull you out.
I can't do it.
Can you not get your head in?
I can't get my head in. All you have to pull me out by the ankles.
Right. Right, that's it for this one. We'll see you back here on Friday. Second job of the day. We'll just come back to re-sand this driveway, and we're going to be sealing it as well. So I just thought I'd take a couple of videos of this just so you can see our process. So this has been cleaned and chemically treated last week, and now we're just coming back to brush the sand into it, give it a leaf blow, and then we'll spray some clear sealer over the top. So when I reseal block paving, I always spray it, because in the past I've tried using a roller and it tends to bring all this sand onto the face of the blocks because it sticks to the roller. This is a little bit too much sand in these joints, but we're going to blow it off. Really, I want around about, have a look. That's about perfect there. That's how much sand I want in these joints, so just to the bottom of the bevel, and then I'm going to set that hard with the 2 coats of sealer. Now, I know how much you guys love the leaf blower on this channel, so I'm going to give it another blast, alright? Gotta be quiet though, because just got to be careful with the neighbours, that's all. It doesn't really get much better than that. That is a perfectly sanded drive. What do you reckon?
I like it. I like it a lot.
So we're going to start sealing now, but first we've got a little jobby. Come on, little man.
Oh my.
I don't know which side his head is.
Oh my god.
He's wedged in there. Come on. He's curled up in a ball, look. There you go, matey. We'll go and put him in a bush somewhere, I think. He must have fell in the hole and got trapped and couldn't get back out. Right, so we've got the Chapin 1949 sprayer, just like an industrial sealer sprayer. And then we've got the Screwfix No Nonsense driveway sealer. It's just like a water-based sealer, so it's one that I like to get. I've already got half a tub from another job, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more tubs in here, so I think it should be plenty. So this has got a capacity of about 10 litres, and it's got a really nice spray on it, rather than like a garden pump sprayer or something. This does a really good job of getting the sealer down. We're going to keep the leaf blower on hand as well, just in case there's any pooling in between the joints. We're going to blow that out just to make sure it doesn't turn hazy and white when it dries. This is going to dry clear, but I might as well attempt to mop it off anyway. Not really anything you can do about that. Get a bit closer than that, mate. Alright, we've missed a bit up there. That's it. A little bit closer. There's blocks there. Nice, perfect. We'll do another coat after this as well. You could probably slow down a little bit. Perfect. Beautiful, mate, that is. Absolutely spot on, that is. Almost 900 quid's worth of sealer just sat on the drive. Nice. What do you reckon, Kit? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Okay, we have 7 tubs of 25 litres, 20 litres of sealer. 140 litres altogether. And then we've got a bunch of these roller heads. I don't know if we need all of them, but it's better to have too many than not enough, because when you're doing a driveway this big, these roller heads can get, they tend to pull up all the aggregate onto them, and also they tend to get quite thin after you've used them for a bit, so let's get them in the van. Good morning, we're back, and everything is nice and dry. It's another beautiful day. Excited?
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah.
It's all looking really, really good, and this is a wonderful base to seal. Got all our materials. There's only one small problem. As with, seems to be like routine now, as with every sealing job we arrive at after a couple of days of it being left.
Every time.
Every single time. We've got bird turds all over it. Luckily, it's only down in this front spot, so I think what we'll do is just wash this off with the pressure washer, just a light rinse, and then by the time, and we're going to start up that end, and by the time we finish that end, this should be dry, hopefully. Let's get on that now, I think. Okay, so we've got the leaf blower on hand, just in case we need to get rid of any bits of leaves or stones or whatever. We've got the Tarmac Restorer from Smart Seal. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a shake. Go on. I've done my back in doing that.
Come on, get that open. Come on now.
You want to have a go?
No.
Come on, you do it. I might need my knife.
Bloody hell. That's right. That's right in there.
Oh. I broke one of them. There we go.
Easy.
Easy. It's only filled up to about there. I guess it's 25 litre barrel with 20 litres of product. Stick a bit of that in there. Very thick, very gloopy. I'm just going to do the edges or the corners with a brush because it's quite hard to get in there with a roller. It just makes it a little bit easier for us. That was smooth, wasn't it? Look at that lovely fluffy thing. extendable, so you're not breaking your back all day. So we're going to do 2 coats of this. A nice even coat, and what we want to try and do to avoid leaving streaks is, rather than leaving straight edges like that in between dipping it in and then going again, we want to sort of feather it out in all different directions like that, because on a large driveway it's going to be really easy to see these streaks. So where my roller's running out here, if I was to start a new one then and go over it, you're going to see a really distinct line between the 2 coats. So I want to try and just feather it out a little bit like that. Then we can start on the next one. Then when you get close to the edge, you can be more precise by putting a bit more weight on this side, so sort of turning it in. That puts a bit more of the product on that corner. Put a bit more weight on that corner. You might need a bit more on your roller, to be honest. Okay. You can probably go a little bit closer here. Perfect, mate. Spot on, that is. Do you ever surprise yourself with a good idea you've had? I just ran back to the van to get one of these, because this is going to rub. Once we've painted it and we move this door around, it's going to rub on the ground. So I'm going to pull this up, lock her in place. What did you think of that? That's pretty good, isn't it?
I thought you were taking the wheel off.
No, how good is that though? That's even better.
That is even better.
I think I'm
solved.
more impressed with myself than how good the idea actually was. I maintain that I have the best customers in the game. Look at that. Beautiful. Didn't expect that this morning, did we? Halfway through the first coat. I think we're going to swap rollers just to keep them fresh. You can see the size difference, how sort of worn down it gets. coat number 1 done. You can see from this angle it looks pretty good, it looks pretty consistent. The issue is when you come to the top of the drive and then turn around, it looks rubbish, super patchy, which was to be expected. I think you should always account for at least 2 coats with this stuff, with any tarmac sealer. In my experience, it never covers thoroughly with just 1 coat. So we're just going to do another roller change to start the second coat. We're probably going to put this on a little bit thicker. Shouldn't be as much resistance this time because it's got 1 layer of sealer on, so it should go on a little bit smoother now, hopefully. This isn't very easy left-handed. Okay, a little bit of a change of plan. We found that working backwards sort of towards the sun, it's not as easy to see. Like, it looks great from this angle. This is the second coat, it looks great from this angle, but as soon as you turn around and look at it from this angle, you can start to see a few sort of dry patches like this, which is very odd. I don't know why we can't see it from both angles, but it's nothing major and it's all blended well and it's looking great, but there's just a few dry patches that I'm not totally happy with, so we'll probably have to go over a few of those and do a third sort of spot coat. But you can see we've got to a stopping point here against this post where we're going to leave it there, and what we're going to do now is start back at the bottom and work backwards just so that we can see if we are missing any of those dry bits, because again, like even this bit looks really patchy from this angle, but as soon as you turn around it looks a lot more consistent and it's harder to see those dry patches. So we're going to start down here and we're going to work backwards, and it should leave us with a lot more consistent coat. Should we change rollers again, mate? Get the last rollers on there. We've got 2 left because they do start to get a little bit gritty. How about that then? We've finished the second coat. Everything's looking much more even. How you feeling?
Tired.
Knackered?
Yeah.
Do you want to go and jump in that pool?
I'd love to. I'd love nothing more.
Look at that for a finish. There's a few bits where we've messed up slightly. Well, I've messed up. Right at the very front of the drive, I went a bit too close with the roller, and occasionally the corner of the roller would drip slightly, and so there are a few spots where it's dripped, unfortunately, but not so much on these blocks. Looks like a new drive, really does. Don't know if it's don't know if you can see it very clearly on camera, but it looks amazing in person. Jakey's shoe print down here. It's only very, very faint, but not to worry. I'm sure the customer won't mind that too much.
I have a formula now when it comes to pricing up my jobs, and on a driveway of this size, it's nice to be able to remove any guesswork that can sometimes play a factor, especially if you're fairly new to the industry. And I was sent the Moser one a few months ago, and since then my quotes have been so much more consistent. I know roughly how much chemical I can expect to use, so now I can price that into the work. And when you're ordering things like sealer on a job of this scale, it's nice to know that you're not going to run out halfway through because you've under-ordered on materials. I've also noticed that I've not had to go back and forth with my customers over price anymore.
Because I've accurately measured the area down to the centimetre,
when I offer a quote based on those measurements, that's just the price. If I turned up and started umming and ahhing and saying, yeah, it's going to be about this much, or what do you think of this price, then it opens up the opportunity for the customer to start haggling with you and try and drive down that price. With the Moser one, the customer's assured that you've got some sort of structure to your quote, which makes you look more professional and could potentially land you more work, especially when it comes to quoting for commercial cleaning. I've also been getting a little bit more familiar with the tools in the app. Watch how satisfying this arc tool is. Get £20 off of your Moser one by clicking my link in the description and using code X8SMELTS. Thanks for watching.